Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have another OP04.5 match here for you guys today. And on the left-hand side, we have true champion Steven rocking out that film kit, as well as myself on the right with that 3 life red and purple 6k leader Luffy. Now, it is important to note that this actual list that I am currently running is Jackson Huang's. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down below for his Patreon. The dude is a phenomenal player, and as well as deck builder, so if you're interested in any of that, really good, high quality, top level play, check out the Patreon. So we are going to see the true champ Steven here running that Bonnie and playing it, obviously, to grab that Zoro. But obviously, quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is DX Outpost, DX Provisions, the only place where I get all my sealed products. And right now, guys, I do actually have a promo code for the gift collection boxes for the OP04 set, which is Wizard Gifts. So if you use the site, want to get a gift collection set, 10% off, baby. So yes, quite a few things have happened. I like to kind of fast forward these matches. I don't really want to waste anyone's time. We see the Nami coming down, grabbing himself a lovely card, and now we have myself on currently sitting at 7 Dawn, thanks to that 4-cost event card that lets us ramp 1 as well as draw 1. So we see the wire coming down, and we see the hard punish with that 4-cost law, returning 1 Dawn to actually pitch 2 cards if he has 7 or more in hand. And we're going to use wire ability when a Dawn is returned back to my Dawn deck on either turn. Although it has to be my Dawn deck, I get to draw 1, trash 1. So now here I'm deciding here, and we're actually going to toss that 4-cost event card that we did use earlier, swinging 6k into life, and Steven takes it. So now we have Steven here. Obviously, we have the Nami on board, but I am at 6k, so it's very important to note. So we are going to see a 6k swing with that leader. I'm actually going to take it, and we see the Basil Hawkins here, which is really nice because I did subtract a Dawn from Law's ability, and I just got it right back for completely free there. We see the 6k swing. I'm going to go ahead and block it with the wire, and he's going to drop that 4-6. Now, obviously, it's very important to note that you need to swing 6ks into Luffy, obviously, and having that 4-6 vanilla is a lot of value. So now I am officially at my 10 Dawn turn because of Luffy ability, 8 or more Dawn. You're able to ramp 1 as active for free, which is kind of busted. And now we see the 7-cost kid minusing 1 Dawn to letting us give plus 1k to the leader on both turns. And now we're gonna swing 5k into that Nami. I want to get rid of it. I kind of want to slow him down. We're gonna see actually a 8k swing into that Nami. It finally does go down. And now I'm debating here to just throw down the chopper and passing turn. Pretty good start. I have my kit set up. I have a chopper. I have some defense as well as having that law. So he's going to swing 5 into the law. I kind of want to keep it up. And now we see a bit of an interesting tech here. We're going to see the ulti mortar here to minus 2 Dawn to give it plus 2k and draw a card. I know minusing 2 Dawn is a lot, but at this point of the game, it's really nothing, especially with Luffy's ability. And being able to draw an additional card is really good. So now we have a 7k swing going into that law. I'm going to go ahead and block with the chopper. And now we see the 5-7 vanilla as well as a beige coming down with 2 active Dawn. Now, guys, let's be real. He probably has Punk Gibson, right? So we're going to go ahead and use that ability here to let us ramp 1 Dawn. And now I'm debating how I want to swing, which one I want to swing first. So if I was a smart player, I probably would want to swing with Law, unless I wanted to keep it active in case he's bluffing here. So let's see if I actually end up swinging with Law first. And it looks like I want to swing 8k actually into that Zoro. Like I said earlier, I want to release some of that pressure. And now if he does that Punk Gibson, there's he can counter out of it, but it's kind of whatever. So we see the beige just block. And I'm going to go ahead and swing 8 into 6 using ability here to minusing 1 Dawn to give it plus 1k on both turns. And now we finally see that Punk Gibson to rest that Basil Hawkins, that 2k Basil Hawkins. And now we see another 8k swing into that Zoro, and then tapping 4 here for 5 for that guild. And this is where some of the Jackson Spice comes in. The Jackson Tech comes in. Guild, not too common. I think a couple players have been using it in that Liverpool tournament, but we are going to see a huge 10k swing. I'm going to use that blast spread to minusing 1 Dawn to protect it, and we're going to see a 5k swing into that law. Do I want to let it go, or can I actually counter out of it? He is unable to swing any more attacks, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and counter out of it. I want him alive, and we see the Luffy coming down to throw down the bar to unrest that Frankie, and I actually don't mind this at all. I'd rather go for his life at this point, although I do need to get rid of that Bart no matter what. So we do see the 10-cost Luffy coming down, giving his Luffy less value. busted. Busted card, honestly. But I can't attack at all with this Hawkins just because Bar is at 3k and my Hawkins is at 2. So I'm gonna actually attack with Guild here into the Bart, minusing 2 Dawn to draw 2 cards for free. You'd love to see it. Now let's see, he does obviously let it go because if he were to block with that Luffy, he'd be in a really bad position. So now we most likely will swing 8k here using ability to minusing 1 to obviously give a +1. He's gonna go ahead and take it, and now we're gonna swing 7k into life. He does take it as well. 11k swing into life, and he does take it, and passing turn, leaving that blocker up just in case things get a little fishy. Obviously, if you don't remember, this kid can attack twice in 1 turn, so we are going to see a 7k swing going into that guild. I want to keep him alive because who doesn't want free cards, right? So the question is, do I let it go or do I just block it? Do I have a 2k counter? I don't, but I am going to block it here. And how much do I want to keep this man alive? That is the question. I might end up letting this go just because I probably don't have a 2k counter in hand, although I would really love to keep him alive. But no, unfortunately he does go down, and now we see the 10 cost Luffy to rest all 3 and passing turn. He can't attack because my leader once again was at 7k, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the ability to put myself at 10, and now we have that Luffy. This is kind of scary just because I can't use that 7 cost kit ability to make my leader 7k, so I have to kind of think of some ways to not die here. To not die next turn. I also don't have any blockers live, so let's see if I have any in my hand to possibly get myself out of this situation. So we are going to see a huge swing here for 4, 6, 8k into something. And we see the queen happen, throwing down here to minusing 1 Dawn to draw 2, trashing 1. I'm gonna go ahead and trash the 9 beard and passing turn. I did try to get a cheeky ramp there. I just forgot that I did it earlier. So Steven reminded me quickly, hey, wizard, don't cheat. And I said, all right, fine. So we see a 10k swing actually going into that kid. I really want to keep this kid alive, but do I have the means? I don't run the 0 cost option card here, so I can't use that, and it does actually go down. So now we see a 5k swing into that Hawkins, and yeah, he can definitely take that one. Does he have another Luffy though? Is that the play right now? I'm in a pretty bad position, but we are going to see the 8k swing going into it, and we're going to see another 8k swing into leader. I already took 1, and I'm down to 1 life now. Things can get a bit hairy. Of course, Steven is only at 1 life, so he himself is in a bit of a situation, but I am going to take it. No trigger there. He's going to go ahead and tap 1 for that beige and then throw down the Zoro. He has protection now as well as another attacker, plus 3 Dawn active. The question is, how do I go for game here? If I swing with any of my characters and it blocks with the beige, I can use the ability. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down the 7 cost kid here to use the ability, minusing 1 Dawn to give my leader plus 1k. I feel like I'm a broken record saying that. And then we're going to use a leader ability to ramp that same Dawn like it never happened, because it never did, right? So now I'm debating here how I want to proceed. I'm going to go ahead and swing 8k into life. Now we need to see a Punk Gibson or 2 cards out of his hand. I kind of feel like he just doesn't got it like that, so let's see if he actually does. And even if he does, he can't rest anything, right? And if he blocks, I gotta just pop that Luffy for free. So it does still block it though, so I guess he just takes the life here. And now we're gonna see 11k swing going into life. Let's see if he takes this one, and we'll see here. Now this is obviously really big. But we are going to see the Punk Gibson along with 2 cards to counter out of it. And with 3 Dawn here, I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 choppers and actually pass with 1 active. And I know what a lot of you guys are thinking right now. You're like, well, Wizard, this is it for your boy. There's no way you end up winning this game. And honestly, I don't know how I do or will win this game. This is pretty difficult, but we are going to see a 10k swing going into life. But if you forgot, I am at 7k, so I'm gonna go ahead and tap 1 and use that blast breath here, which is really good. And we're gonna see a 9k swing going into life, and so I have to use 2 cards or pitch a blocker. Now this kid can attack twice. The issue is that because Steven is adding a whole bunch of cards onto his leader to attack, those swings are way less powerful. So we are going to see another 9k swing going into life, and I'm going to use that other chopper to block, and we see a 7k swing. So now I just need a 1k to counter out of this. And yes, we see the Hawkins coming down, and do we see a full commitment here of another 7k swing? That's another 1k, and we dropped in Law since Law has a 1k obviously. And we're gonna tap 3 to pitch 1 to restand, swing another 7 on life, and block with the Queen and passing turn. He unfortunately only has one blocker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swing 11, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and fold. So yes, thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP05 as well as OP06 content coming out soon. See ya.